Hello, welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya, and today I'm going to take you through a 20-minute grounding flow. You'll need no props today, so let's get started. We'll begin our practice today in child's pose. Keep your knees together or bring them as wide as your mat for a wide leg child's pose. With big toes touching, relax your tailbone toward your feet while reaching your arms forward, pressing the palms toward the floor. Melt your forehead and chest down into the mat, taking slow, deep breaths. Allow your breath to anchor you to the present moment. Coming up into tabletop, begin making circles with your hips, starting small and growing in size, just warming up your spine. Inhaling on the forward movement, exhaling as you come back into tabletop. Now reverse directions. Start making small circles with your hips, gradually increasing. On your next exhale, come back to tabletop. Now let's do a few cat-cows. So on the inhale, arch your back for cow pose, lifting your tailbone up, opening your chest, and sending your gaze up. And on the exhale, round your spine up for a cat pose, dropping your head, pushing the floor away, pointing your tailbone down. Continue this at your own pace. Now on an inhale, come back to neutral. Walk your hands to the left side of your mat, gazing towards your left hip, taking a side stretch. Coming back to neutral, walk your hands to the right, gazing towards your right hip. Now coming back into child's pose. Now we're going to take a kneeling sun salutation. So let's begin on an inhale by flowing up and exhaling into a cat pose. And on the next inhale, continue to flow forward, bringing your body down into cobra pose by shifting your hips forward, squeezing your ankles, knees and thighs together, pointing through the feet with your hands firmly gripping the floor and pushing away, lengthening the torso. Take a breath, and on an exhale, push your hips up and back into downward facing dog, pushing your heels towards the ground, bending your knees if necessary. Now take a breath, and on an inhale, lower your knees and arch your spine into cow pose. On the exhale, into cat pose, And on the inhale, flow into tabletop, then exhale back into child's pose. Repeat this sequence one more time, letting your body flow through the poses. Inhale, up to tabletop. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, down into cobra pose. Take a breath. Exhale, up into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale into cow pose and exhale into cat. Inhale, tabletop, and exhale back into child's pose. Now let's go back into downward facing dog with your hands shoulder width apart, your feet hip width apart. Straighten your arms while sending your tailbone up and back, pushing your heels towards the ground. Or if your calves are tight, go ahead and just walk your heels out. And feel free to bend your knees as well. Now lift your left leg up into a three-legged dog. From here, we're going to step our left leg forward into our runner's lunge. Now, if you can step your left foot up between your hands, go ahead. But if you need to swing your left leg around or even just place it, then go ahead. Find your way into the pose however you need to. Now, making sure your knee is aligned over your ankle, place your hands or fingertips on the floor, framing your left foot. Going into a revolved runner's lunge, keep your right hands on the ground. And on an inhale, begin to spiral your body to the left, sending your left arm up. Look up at your left hand. On an exhale, bring your hand down, back into your runner's lunge. Slowly bring your hips up by straightening your left leg. Walk your right foot in a bit, turning it out slightly as we prepare for pyramid pose. On an exhale, lengthen your spine and begin folding over your left leg, placing your hands around your shin or ankle. Keep a micro bend in your left knee. From here, plant your hands and bending your knees as needed, step your left foot back into our downward facing dog. Arms straight, relaxing your neck and head. This time, lift your right foot up into our three-legged dog and find your way into our runner's lunge. Going into revolved runner's lunge once again. This time we're going to keep your left hand on the ground, and on an inhale, begin to spiral to the right, sending your right arm up. On an exhale, bring your hand down and go back into your runner's lunge. Slowly raise your hips, straightening your right leg for our pyramid pose. Okay, from here, plant your hands and we'll go back into our downward facing dog. Now walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into a forward fold, lifting your sit bones toward the sky. And for tight calves, you can bend your knees as needed. Now slowly roll up and step to the front of your mat into mountain pose. Now standing with your feet together or as close as is comfortable and your arms down at your side, relax your shoulders downward. Take some slow, deep breaths. Bring your hands to your heart center and let's go into beginner tree pose. So shift all your weight onto your right foot and take a moment to find your balance. Bend your left knee, externally rotating your hip, and bring your left foot to rest on the inside of your right shin or against your right ankle. Press your leg and foot firmly against each other. Step your left foot back, bending your right knee as we go into Warrior One. Turn the toes of your left foot so that they are facing the top left corner of your mat. Keep your right knee aligned over your right ankle. Raise your arms straight up while lengthening your spine, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Now into Warrior Two, turning your left foot out at about a 90-degree angle and opening your torso to the side. Bring your arms parallel to the floor, sending your gaze just past your fingertips while keeping your right knee open. On an inhale, begin raising up back into mountain pose. Now bringing your hands together at your heart center, back into our beginner tree pose. Shift your weight this time onto your left foot, and after finding your balance, bend your knee, rotating your hip, and place your right foot just on the inside of your shin or against your ankle. Now step your right foot back into Warrior One, making sure that your knee is aligned over your ankle, arms and spine in a straight line. Now rotating into Warrior Two, turning your right foot to a 90-degree angle, arms parallel to the floor, gazing just past your fingertips, anchoring the outer edge of your right foot onto the floor. Now on an inhale, go ahead, begin rising up. On your next inhale, extend your arms overhead. And on the exhale, bend over into a forward fold. On an exhale, plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Take a few cleansing breaths here, inhaling through your nose, exhaling out of your mouth. Slowly bring your knees down to the mat and come to sitting in a bound angle or Baddha Konasana. Bending both knees, bring the soles of your feet together. Bring the feet in towards the groin, as close as is comfortable for you. Lengthen your tailbone down, keeping your neck long and grasping the outside of your feet. Taking slow, deep breaths here. On an inhale, lengthen your spine, and on the exhale, twist to the left, placing your right hand on your left knee, left hand behind you on the ground. On an inhale, return to center, and on an exhale, twist to the right. On an inhale, release to center. Now for our sitting pigeon or sitting swan pose, bring your hands behind you. Place your left ankle onto your right thigh, gently opening your left hip out. For a deeper stretch, pull your right foot in closer to you, but keep your back straight. Release your left foot down to the mat, now placing your right ankle on your left thigh. Take your stretch, breathing into it. Release your right foot and come all the way down on your back. Draw the knees into your chest, tugging them tightly. Now begin making circles with your knees, feeling a massage on your lower back. Go ahead and reverse your circles. Return to center. Release your legs as we prepare to go into Savasana. Lie with your eyes closed. Bring your legs wide, allowing your feet to flop open. Bring your arms by your sides and away from your body. We're going to turn the palms down today. Feel the ground. Always there, always supporting you. Tuck your shoulder blades and tuck your chin slightly. Make any small movements that you need to so that you are relaxed. Breathe easily, once again anchoring yourself to this moment. Allow your mind to be still. Feel free to pause the video here and stay in Savasana as long as you need to. Begin to create gentle movements in your fingers and toes. Now roll your wrists, roll your ankles, rock your head side to side. Now roll to one side. Then slowly pushing yourself up, make your way into Sukhasana, our cross-legged position. Bring your palms together at your heart. We'll close with a few cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Repeat this 3 times. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. See you next time.